at one point in time you convinced yourself that you could do it. And when you convinced yourself that you could do it, there was no cap within that scenario. You could do it. You can do it. You will do it, and you will get through it efficiently and effectively. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Tamarialakayye and I do videos over life and locks. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, also the notification bell, so you can go ahead and become a part of the family. Today I'm going to be talking about some of my tips and tricks that I've used in order to be a functional, most days, stay-at-home mom of 2 children by myself. So if you want to see or hear more like, if you want to hear my tips, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to organize and plan your week accordingly. One of the main things that I feel like takes up time is cooking and cleaning as a stay-at-home, work-from-home mom. So if you can organize and plan accordingly to when you're gonna cook, when you're gonna clean, that's just gonna make your life so much easier and less stressful. I like to do a meal prep for my kids, and within that meal prep, I like to make sure that they have at least 3 to 5 days of food when I cook. So typically I will meal prep and I will have at least 5 days of food within the refrigerator for me to easily grab. But then I fall into that trap of my kid complaining about eating the same thing, and I feel bad, and then I end up cooking something else, or I end up doing something that is even completely worse, which is ordering some type of fast food. The tip for you is going to be also the tip for me, and that's just to stay strong. You're the mom. You are in control. You know what your kids need, and you know that it's not McDonald's, it's not Pizza Hut, it's not Panda Express, it's not Chinese food, it is not Burger King, it's not none of that. That food that you cook within the refrigerator is good enough. Let them eat it. They'll be okay. They won't die. It won't be the end of the world. So if you've already taken that time to meal prep and you have food within the refrigerator, just eat it. Warm it up in the microwave and eat it. But meal prepping is definitely going to save you time throughout the week for you to do something else apart from being in the kitchen and cooking. So until you get used to how your day is going to flow, another tip that you can use is to set timers on your phone. Believe it or not, I set timers on my phone to remind me to drink tea. Set a reminder. Whatever you're struggling with within your day-to-day journey, just go ahead and set a reminder. If you're constantly forgetting to do something, set a reminder on your phone. Title that reminder of what it is that you need to do. Eventually, you'll start to see that that alarm will keep going off, and you'll start remembering, and then before you know it, you have already embedded what you need to do in your brain, and it's just kind of there, and it just helps you to flow through your day a bit more cohesively or better. Third part is going to sound a little bit sarcastic, but it's very true. Do what you can and leave the rest to God. You are human with godlike powers, right? But at the same time, you don't need to overexhaust yourself trying to be a superhuman. You do what you can, and then you leave the rest up to God. For instance, for me, when I first started working from home, I wasn't even in my own home. I was in my cousin's home, in my cousin's kitchen / living room / dining area. It was all one big space. So it wasn't like a lot of privacy, you know? It wasn't that quiet space that I needed in order to perform my job. So my stress levels were high. They were indeed high, and I just, I couldn't control the amount of traffic of people walking through the living room, dining room, kitchen area, and couldn't really control the kids either. So I had to just really do what I could while I was on the clock talking to people, to just stay professional in my own demeanor, so that even if there is a lot of stuff going on in the background, I'm still serving you with a smile and politeness and that customer service that quality assurance is looking for. Luckily for me, I was able to kind of, you know, get past those times without any trouble from my job, and I just feel like that was just God taking control. God made sure the calls that were disruptive never got into the hands of the people that listened to the calls. So just have faith that, you know, while you're doing what you have to do for yourself and your family, just have faith that everything is going to be okay and everything is going to work out. Just have faith that everything is going to work out and that you're doing what you can, and God will do the rest. He will give you the patience, the strength, the emotional support, and everything that you need in order to just strive onto the next level. So for you, it might not be God, it may be the universe, it may be a higher power, but just know that while you might be sitting there at your desk feeling like you're all alone with your kids running around acting crazy, just know and meditate on the fact that God is going to see you through. God is going to be your support system. He's going to pick you up by the wings and carry you the rest of the way when you feel like you just cannot do it. You do your best and God will do the rest. Which brings me on to my next tip. Just keep everything simple. Don't overly complicate your routine. Keep everything simple and consistent. Keep everything consistent on the same time schedule and just keep it simple. Don't put a lot of extra stuff on your plate that you don't need to do. If you're working from home with 2 kids, you really have to prioritize what's really, really, really important and what's really not important. And a lot of times we have a lot of things on our plate that are completely not important. So make sure you're keeping your routine simple and that you're keeping it consistent. So for me personally, anytime that it was bath time for the kids, I would just go ahead and lay my daughter's school clothes out for the following day. That was easy for me because I had to already go into her closet and get pajamas for both of the children. So I was like, I might as well go ahead and lay out her school clothes, her underwear, her socks, her shoes, anything that she needs for the next day. If at all possible, you want to make sure that you schedule your breaks around times that you would need to do some important things within the house or with your kid. As for me, I know in the morning I had to go and drop my daughter off for school, so I needed my 15-minute break to do that. So I would have 15 minutes to take her to the bus stop, come home, and then once I came home, I could tend to my son and any needs that he might have by just, you know, being on the clock, but still being able to take care of him as well. Unfortunately, I feel like when you work from home and you have 2 kids, you don't technically get a break, because once you do have a break, 9 out of 10 times it is something for you to do around the house or with the kids. Schedule your break times around times that are most important to your daily routine, if you can. All right, so the next thing is, since you are essentially working multiple full-time jobs, like all 24 hours of the day, except for when you're sleeping, and even sometimes when you're sleeping, you have something to do. So as a work from home mom, stay at home mom with kids, you need to prioritize and find any amount of minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. Find some time for yourself. I like to lock myself in the room and I tell the kids, do not disturb me. Leave me alone. Go in your room, watch TV, read a book, do something, but just leave mama alone. Let mama recharge just a little bit, because right now I'm on 30%, and after this recharge, I'll be at about 50. So take some time. So in my case, my daughter is 6 years old and my son, he is 18 months. So I trust her within my house, within my adult presence, to take care of her brother for a little bit while I get a break. I know some people are gonna be like, don't be putting that responsibility on her, she's just a kid. First of all, mind your business. Second of all, I need a break. I'm human too. So she might be too young, but she can be a helping hand at times that I need some help. And if it's an hour or 30 minutes that I need help, for her just to be in her room with her brother, that is completely okay. Now, if you have kids that are like super tiny and you can't just leave them alone, and you don't have one that is more rational thinking and, you know, older, mature, and you can't leave them alone by themselves, then you're gonna have to schedule your time around nap times for them. You're gonna have to put them on a consistent nap time routine. And whenever they're napping, you're just gonna have to really intentionally take that moment for yourself. Like, you're gonna have to intentionally know that, hey, they're asleep, this is my moment. Do something for you. Paint your nails, pluck out your chin hairs, arch your eyebrows, do something for you. Drink your favorite drink, have a cup of wine, your favorite cup of coffee or whatever. Order something that you want to eat but you don't want to share with them. Do that while they're sleeping. Do it. Order you that snack or that dessert or that whatever it is, that cheeseburger that you want, and then just enjoy it. Not the cheeseburger. That's not really a healthy choice. It's not a healthy choice. And we want to be healthy. We want to be intentionally healthy, because another thing that's just going to help you to really get through these moments as being a stay-at-home mom with multiple kids is to take care of yourself. And that is by eating healthy and moving. I'm not going to say working out. I'm just going to say moving. Whatever extra movement that you can do, be it vacuuming the floor, sweeping the floor, cleaning out the bathtub, you're moving. Be thankful for that movement, and if you can include additional movement within your day, you winning. You're absolutely winning, sis. If you can get additional movement within your day, like intentionally, I'm going to take 30 minutes and I'm going to move my body extra, I'm going to stretch my body extra, you are winning. It's a win-win. You in your bag, you got your household together, you got your body together. What can they say? What can they do? Nothing. So yeah, set some time apart for yourself. Another tip that really helps me to be a stay-at-home mom and a work-from-home mom of two is to just really work on my mental growth and progress. Don't ever criticize yourself for anything. Don't criticize yourself. Don't feel guilty for anything. There's going to be days where you are completely stressed out. You might overreact. You might yell at the kids. As long as you're not abusing them and they're not black and blue, yell, get it out, because sometimes you just got to. Don't criticize yourself. Don't feel like you're a bad mom or a bad parent because you did that. But what I will say is that you do need to take accountability for that action and know that that is not necessarily a healthy way to communicate with your child. And because you are the adult and you made a mistake, you need to apologize to your child. That's just going to teach them healthier habits. That's going to get you in that mind frame of not wanting to react in that way whenever, you know, situations arise. It's just going to help you. So you need to mentally do things that are going to make you stronger, that are going to help you to change habits that you want to change and need to change. But don't ever criticize yourself for making mistakes. It happens to the best of us. I feel like yelling is definitely one of my things that I have worked on and I am getting under control. I don't whoop my kids. I don't spank them. I don't really need to because they're not that bad, but sometimes they'll be doing something and I'll just need to yell out. Because a lot of times my nerves, if you look at my day-to-day vlog when we first pretty much got into our apartment and we were just adjusting, like there was times where I was just like, you know what I'm saying, like literally my nerves were bad. So I had to really train myself continuously in order to relax, breathe, do what I can. God has the rest. Don't overreact in those moments where your kids are just being kids, because a lot of times that's just what it is. They're being kids. You have to control your own emotional state. I know it gets hard because working from home with 2 kids is not easy, but you can definitely do it, and you can definitely improve the way you do it by not criticizing yourself, accepting your mistakes, and then fixing your mistakes as well. So another tip that I have for you is that you need to schedule some breaks, okay? Yeah, you're gonna have your alone time that you schedule for yourself at home, but if you have anybody that you trust with your children, call them up at least once or twice a month and be like, hey, I need a break. Do you mind? So yeah, make sure if you have someone that can help you, let them help you. Don't try to do it all on your own. If you ain't got to do it all on your own, let somebody help you. So when it comes to housework, I had to learn to relax a little bit and let things kind of get out of place. It's difficult for me to do that because I like everything nice, neat, and in order. But with kids, you're just gonna run yourself raggedy trying to keep your house completely clean. Something else that you might want to start working on is just letting the kids be involved with cleaning. It's going to teach them discipline. It's going to teach them responsibility. It's going to give them a more structured feel within their day. Let them help you. Let them wipe down the counter in the bathroom with a sanitary wipe or something simple. Clean up their room. Let them help you clean up while you're cleaning up too. So my next tip is, it does have to do with mental health. Once again, I feel like mental health is very vital and important when you are doing complicated, and even though it may not be a strenuous job that you're doing, you're not pushing and pulling anything heavy, it really taxes you mentally when you have a lot to do and you just feel like you're being stretched in so many different directions. If you have to seek help for mental health, do it. If you just feel like I'm praying, I'm being patient, you know, I just feel like I'm about to snap, get some help, okay? Seek a friend, a close family member, somebody that you really trust and confide in and get help. And if you have access to a therapist, I know there's all kind of apps and things of that nature where you can get help easily. There's 1-800 numbers, things of that sort. It gets that real. Get some help, okay? Don't let yourself get worn out to the point to where you just don't know how to pick yourself up anymore, okay? So a tip that I don't use but that I would suggest, and I might even look into it when the kids come back, is daycare. You can put your second child or both of your children in daycare while you're working, then do it. I know it's usually pretty costly. My mouth is dry. So I know it can be very costly to put your kids in daycare, but look into state programs and things of that nature. Ask your significant other for help. Look for some ways to find a daycare program for your kid. If your kid's like 2, I believe they can start Head Start. But I do believe that is the age for Head Start, and at least with the Head Start programs, a lot of them, you can send your kid to daycare for at least half a day. So if you have the opportunity to send your kid to daycare / Head Start or pre-K or whatever the program is called for half a day for free, just do it. It's going to benefit the kid. It's going to give them a social life. It's going to give you a break. So go ahead and do that so that you're not boiling over. All right, so the next tip is just for you to get present in some of these moments. Stay present in a lot of the moments. A lot of the tips that I have given you have been about mental health and being mentally aware and growing and all of that. But sometimes you just have to, a lot of the times you have to just get out of your head. Stop living within your head and get into your surroundings. Get into just being grateful. Get into the fact that even though you're doing what you're doing it. And you're doing a fantabulous job. You're doing a fantastic job. Stay in the moments. Appreciate those little moments where you catch your child smiling or doing something silly or saying something silly. Just appreciate being a mom. Appreciate, you know, being in the present moment with your kids, within your home, that you're taking care of. Like, appreciate that. It's a huge deal, and sometimes it can be overlooked by all of the other work that you have to do. But remember to just stay present as much as possible and enjoy the little moments that you get to spend and make with your children and your new situation with work. All right, and you also want to have a plan. Get together some kind of plan where you can, you know, better yourself as a stay-at-home mom, where you can look for things that you can do to improve your overall level of income, be it going back to school, be it doing a business plan that you would like to do. But working from home, even if you have like a business that you run from home, you want to make sure that the income from it is enough for you not to be like going crazy over. Make sure you're looking for ways to elevate yourself while you're in what should only be a temporary position, because I feel like financial freedom is everyone's initial goal, not only when it comes to working, but just in general. We all want financial freedom. We are all tired of this loop and this matrix that we live in society, but unfortunately, I feel like we just have to create our own world separately from that. And if you're creating your own world separately from that, you need to be creating a way for you to increase your overall revenue and income so that you can live a more quality type of life for you and your kids. So for me, I usually don't leave the house. For one, I'm still waiting to get a vehicle. For two, I find it too easy just to have my groceries ordered and delivered to my doorstep. That is like the greatest invention ever. Somebody goes, picks up my groceries and delivers them to my front door. I live on the 3rd floor of an apartment building. Like, I'm not trying to be walking up and down them stairs with no groceries and no kids. So best believe that I already got a whole subscription for Instacart, because I'm gonna let them shop for me. The prices are just a tad bit higher, but I feel like, in my own opinion, it is worth it just to have them go ahead and bring me my stuff, put it in front of my door. Thank you. All right, girls, so that is pretty much all of my tips and how I've been coping as a stay-at-home mom. I hope you found this information valuable and you were able to take it and mentally process it and see how you're going to use it in your own life. If you made it to the end of this video, girl, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with your life. Hit the notification bell as well so that you can just get notified each and every time that I do upload a video. And that's pretty much it for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.